we are solving this problem, product of the last k numbers. So we have to design an algorithm that accepts a stream of integers and retrieves the product of last k integers of the stream. So we have to implement basically this class, product of numbers. Okay, so we have two methods. Product of numbers, this is the constructor, but we have basically two methods, add and get product. So add means we have to add this number to the list, and get product means we have to find the product of last k elements. So this is what we have to do. So we can visualize here. So for example, this is our stream of the numbers. So let's say we are calling this add function. So add 3. So we can add 3 to list like this. Maybe you can understand. So 3. Okay. So if we call the add function on this number, then add it would be added to the list with the value 3. Right. Let's say we are again calling the add function at 0. So we call it so 0. This would be like this. Now let's say we are calling again the add function here. So this would be added to this function, this location. Suppose we are calling this guy add. So we will add it here. Now let's say we are calling this get product. Okay, so suppose I am calling get product on 2. That means it should return the product of the last two elements. So see here what it would be returning. It would be returning 2 and 5 are the last two elements. So it would be returning 10. Okay. Now let's say we are calling this get product function on 4, right? So we have to get the product of last 4 elements. So what will happen here? This time it would be return 0 because 5 into 2 into 0 into 3. So this would be returning 0. Now let's say we are again calling this add function 4. Okay, then it would be 4. 4 it would be added. So similarly we have to call this either add function or get product function. So we have to give whatever number value, see here, whatever we are passing, those many last previous those values, we have to find the product of them. For example, let's say we are calling get product on 5, okay, at this location. So it will take the multiplication of all these elements. So it would be like 0 again. Now if let's say we are calling this function get product on 3. So this will give us what? This will give us 5 into 4 into 2. So it would be 40, right? So this is what we have to do. Now the thing is how to do it. Okay. So that is the thing, that how to do it. So it is guaranteed that whatever number at get product, whatever k we are passing, there would be at least k values in this list. Okay, it would not be lesser. So with this logic, we can build our solution. So what does it mean is, like whenever we are encountering any 0, okay, for example, we started with the 3. Okay, let me remove these values. So with this intuition, we will solve this problem. So whenever we are getting a 0, so initially we added 3, then we got 0. So as soon as we got the 0, what we have to do is, first of all, our intention is to use the prefix product. Just we do the prefix sum, right? Similarly, we will use the concept of prefix product. So what I mean to say, at every location, we will create that array, and so array list, because we don't know how a stream could be any number. So we have to use the array list because we don't know the size. Okay. So once we create the array list, we will start whenever add happens, we will add that value. So and so we have to start with the, let's say we have a variable called product. So initially this product would be 1, right? Because if we don't have any number, then we have to start with the 1, right? So product would be 1, and size of this array list would be 0 initially. Okay, so these two variables can help us. So what we will do is, initially this is so in at 0 size, when size was 0, our product would be 1, right? So we can say like this value 1 would be there and size is 0. Similarly, then next guy 3 came, our product would become product into whatever the value. So product, it is 1 into 3. So this would become now 3 and size would become 1. Now as soon as 0 encounters, see here this 0 encountered, then what we will do, we will clear this all. Okay, why we are doing this? Because once 0 is occurred, there is no point of keeping this 0, because anyway if uh, we are relying on the size, right? So whenever a function, so now you might have a question that if as soon as 0 is coming, I am removing the everything from it, Then what if somebody is calling you, let's say product 2, then we don't have anything. So what we are doing is, at that time what we will do, we will check the size of it. Our array list size would be lesser than the whatever k we are calling. So for example, we added 3, then 0 encountered, so we removed everything from this array list. Now if let's say somebody is calling you product 2, then we will check the size of this guy, and the size of this array list would be lesser than the k. So based upon that logic, we can directly return 0, because that would be possible only when 0 is coming. Okay, so now 3 and 0 be skipped. Now what will happen? Then 2 came with the add value, so we added 2 here. Then again 5 came, so we added 5. Now let's say somebody is calling again this thing. Let's say somebody is calling get product at 4, right? So if they are calling get product at 4, we will check the size is only 2, but we are calling at 4, so which is lesser, so we will directly return 0. Because if size is lesser, this indicates that there is some 0 occurred in that range, and if even 1 0 is occurred, that means everything would become 0. Now if they call get 2, so if they call get 2, that means we have the size equal to them, so we will get the whatever product we have. Okay, so this would be our intention. Now see here, when 2 came we added 2, when 5 came we have to add, sorry, it would be 2 into 5, right? Because our product initially 1, so then next time product would become 1 into 2. Then 5 came, so 5 into product, so it would be 10. Now product value would be 10. Now let's say this guy come 4 comes, so 4 into 10, this would become 4 into 10 would become 40. So product value would be also 40. Similarly, we will keep on increasing the size. Okay, so this way we will fill this entire array. Now what would be our final logic is, whenever we are finding, so let me write down, once we are done we will have to call the get thing. So let me write down that formula, that on what basis we are doing. So we will do this thing. So get of k, get product of k. So whenever we are calling this k, first of all what we have to do is, we have to check the size of this array list. So if size is lesser than the k, we have to, what we have to do is, we have to return 0. Why? Because that means we, at every time whenever 0 is coming, we are removing all the elements. So that is why size is becoming 0 smaller. So it guarantees that some 0 is occurred there. That is why we are directly returning 0. Otherwise what we are doing is, we will get the product from it. So we will do, let's say al dot get k. Okay, so what we will do, al dot get k would have the product of all the elements till k, right? So we will do al dot size, al dot get at size, whatever the size, minus not minus, divided by al dot get size of size minus k, because those many elements we have to divide by. So to get the product of k, that is equal to al dot get whatever size of it, divided by al dot get size minus k. So this is what we have to do. So let me show you my corresponding code for it. So you guys can see, this is my process. See here, what we have to do is, we initially created a prefix product array list. We didn't use array because we don't know how many numbers are there, and one variable size equal to 0. So because we are going in the prefix product approach, so what we are doing is, initially we have added 1. When size is 0, prefix product add equal to 1, because anyway this has to play the role with the product of coming elements. Okay, now so this is important. Then whenever we are adding a number 0, then what we are doing is, whatever this we created, we are making the we are creating altogether a new array list. We are skipping everything from there, and we are again adding there 1 and the size equal to 0. Why? Because this will help us, whenever a 0 is coming, we are reducing whatever occurred so far, we are removing all those elements, and we are altogether creating a new array list. Okay, so this will, based upon the size, we can find that what would be the answer. Now see here, so whenever is num is coming, we are altogether assigning a new array list, and we will adding the size equal to 0 and prefix product value 1 initially. Otherwise If that is not the case, we have to add it. So whatever is the product so far we have occurred, right, that would be on the last location of the array list into the number. So we are adding this value because we are storing in the prefix product sum. So every product we are keep on multiplying and storing into the array list and increasing the size. So this is when we are doing this add function. Now we have the get product function. So see here, whenever is k is greater than the size, so we can directly say 0. Why? Because see here, whenever num equal to 0 occurred, basically we removed everything so far and we are assigning a new array. That means there could be some extra elements that we have removed. So that is why this size thing occurred here. So that is why k is greater than this size. So we can directly say that yes, some 0 was occurred. That is why k is greater than size, because in the question it is given. In the question is given that there would be at least of k numbers in the array list. Okay. So that is why we can rely on this logic. Otherwise, what we will do is we will get the product at the size, means whatever at the last location, this is the product of all the numbers, and then this should be divided by the size minus k, because all the left side we are interested only the k numbers. So we are dividing that. So this should be return our product. So let me execute this code. So let me try to submit it. Yeah, so it is O offline we are doing. So thank you for watching this video. If you guys have any concern, please make a comment over there. Thank you.